never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Since it is a Saturday and there are a lot of college football teams that have their spring game. Today it is spring game season. I figured today here on the channel I would go ahead and give another early season prediction for a college football team as we head into the 2024 college football season. The team that I'm going to preview today has their spring game later on today, or it may have already happened depending on when you watch this video, and it is the only team in collegiate sports that actually matters, and that is the team you see on my head right now and in the background right now, which is the Clemson Tigers. The last couple of years I've been waiting until July or August to give my thoughts on Clemson, but this year I'm actually excited about the season, so I'm going to do it a little bit early. Clemson opens the season on August 31st against Georgia. Now we know they played Georgia a couple of years ago, and it looked like for the longest time that game was going to go into overtime at 0-0 or 3-3 because the defenses on both sides dominated and neither team could move the ball on offense at all. September the 7th, they play Appalachian State, and then they have their first off week of the season on the week of September the 14th. So 2 games, and then they have their first bye week. Back in action on September 21st against NC State. Then they play the newest member of the ACC, the Cardinal of Stanford, on September 28th. Then they open up the month of October on the 5th against Florida State. October the 12th, they play Wake Forest. And October the 19th, they play Virginia. Then they have their second bye week of the season in week number 9, which is the weekend of October the 26th, which is Halloween weekend. Then, kicking off the month of November, on November the 2nd, they play Louisville. On November the 9th, they play the Hokies of Virginia Tech. Week number 12, game number 10, they play Pittsburgh on November the 16th. Then on the 23rd of November, they play the Citadel. Then they wrap up the season, as always, against South Carolina on November the 30th. So unlike a lot of Clemson's schedules, this year there's no Thursday night game, there's no Friday night game, and they're not opening up this season on Labor Day night. All 12 games this year for Clemson are on a Saturday, which it seems like that doesn't happen very often. It's looking more and more like this is going to be the final season for Clemson in the ACC. Still not official, but it's looking more and more like this is their final season in the ACC. I do expect the offense to be much improved this year. Matt Luke is now the offensive line coach, and according to most college football insiders, he's either the best offensive line coach in America or at least top 5. So I do expect our offensive line to be much improved. Cade Klubnik has to improve. If not, he needs to look behind him for Chris Vezina. Chris Vezina was there last year, but everybody that watched him play said he needs a year. He's nowhere near ready. Supposedly, Vezina has improved significantly so far in the offseason, and this will be Cade Klubnik's 3rd year. So if he doesn't improve this year, then by the middle of the season, you know what you've got. I still haven't figured out why Clemson fans were so big on him when he played for the first time a couple of years ago. I want to say it was the Notre Dame game, and I watched him play, and he looked pitiful. And the first thing I thought was, why are all these Clemson fans wanting to run off DJ for Cade Klubnik? And Cade Klubnik sucks. And I still don't see why there's so much hype around the guy. I don't care about the size. I don't care about the arm strength. It's what you have between the ears. And he doesn't get it. I've seen him too many times try to make hero plays and play hero ball on a routine play. Just stop doing that. Just make the routine plays routine like they should be. Then if you have to play hero ball, do that. But don't run 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage just to try to get away so that you're a hero. Don't do that. We don't need that. So hopefully he'll stop doing that. We'll find out in the spring game today, or maybe you've already seen the spring game depending on when you watch this video. But I'm not looking for a spring game where Clemson goes out there and scores 45 points. I'm looking for Cade Klubnik to go out there, make the throws you're supposed to make. Don't play hero ball. Don't try to make a play that's not there. Just make the plays that are there and do what's asked of you. If I see that later on today in the spring game, I'll be happy. And of course, Will Shipley is gone, so Phil Maffa, who in my opinion is the better overall running back, will be the starting running back this year. But as of right now, when we sit here on April the 6th, I've got Clemson going 10-2 because I think Georgia beats them. Now, my mind could change in the next 4.5 months. The game's still a long way away. But the last 3 years, Clemson's offense has just been average at best. And even though I do think it's going to be better this year, because I do expect Cade Klubnik to improve, and I expect the offensive line to be better under Matt Luke, I still don't see Clemson going out there and scoring 35 points on Georgia. I just don't see it. I think they might get 14, maybe, but that won't be enough. So I think they lose to Georgia, and I think they lose to Florida State on October the 5th. I watched those teams play last year. It was a neck-and-neck game. We know Clemson had a chance to win the game, but woulda, coulda, shoulda don't matter. They lost the game, but both teams were evenly matched, and I'm still not sold on the fact that Clemson's offense has improved enough to beat Florida State. I know Florida State lost a lot, but Mike Norvell still knows how to coach an offense, and I think DJU is going to have a great year in Tallahassee. So I've got Clemson going 10-2, 3-1 out of conference, losing to Georgia, 7-1 in conference, losing to Florida State. But 10-2 with now a 12-team playoff will probably be good enough for them to make the playoffs. They might go 11-1 as the season gets closer. I might give them the win over Florida State. But as of right now, on April the 6th, I say they lose to Georgia and Florida State. Any thoughts on this? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. If you really want to get in touch with your inner self, try using 1-ply toilet paper. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.